I say, oh, I'm living the dream. You know, I was doing some work with corrections, and I was in this prison with the warden last month. And the warden was a good warden. And she was touring me, the institute. And there was an indigenous inmate with a broom in the hallway. So she calls him by name and says, how are you doing today? And he leans in his broom and he says, living the dream. Living the dream. So I started to use that statement since I heard it. I'm living the dream, you know, and I'm in a safe country. I can tell you I'm a proud pagan, you know, which means that I'm not Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, or anything else but steadily. You know, and that's the way I walk. And that's the way I think. Breaking the chains of assimilation has been a struggle for me. You know, I grew up with hate in my heart and my mind for British people and white people and Christians. And my saving grace was going back to music, traditional music, ceremony, and philosophy. Philosophy is so important because that means guiding thoughts, what guide you in your life. You know, your attitude, you act in the way you think. And as a helping person, the training started when I was quite young. My uncles would say, Kwazanchut. That means train yourself or educate yourself. And for them, Kwazanchut, the principal parts of Kwazanchut was running early in the morning before the sun comes up, and the light is kukwila. The light is just breaking. You'd be out running then, and go shahum, go bath in the rivers, scrub your body with boughs. That was the start of Kwazanchut, to help make my mind strong. And if you want to work with people, squasha kal kalut. You never use hurtful words with another human being. And you have to be careful and sincere with your words when you're speaking to people. And then my granny says also, don't you ever think you're better than another person, because they'll run away from you. And that's what racism is about. You think you're better than me. You think you're better than people with color, or with moccasins or braids. That's what my granny says. Never to think I'm better than anyone. She says you'll hurt yourself and you'll hurt us, more importantly. So I started it on this path, and people started calling me healer at some point. And I'd say, no. And simply because I didn't know what heal means, and I was influenced by TV and, you know, on Sunday morning watching this Christian show, and there's healers and they're going, heal! You know, people would somehow be healed, you know. And so one day I looked up the word heal, and it means to bring a person back to her original state. And that's an indigenous way, and we're all healers, we're all medicine for people. To help someone become original like a baby again, where there's no inhibition about love. There's no inhibition about being angry because your feelings are hurt, but you're going to deal with it. And they would say, you know, let's make it come to an end. Don't be pahosh, which means don't be stuck in one place. Don't, you know, like the people here have wonderful words, healing words. You free yourself, put it down. Don't carry it. You know, this life of being a healer is to help people to look at themselves. It's not about me at all, when I'm with people that are puked or lost or pahosh or stuck. Everything that happens to us from the traditional view is something happened to the mind or the body or a combination of both. And they're stuck now, they're pachosh. So we must help them to free themselves. Example for Gerry is that, I was struck around the face in the head and called a stupid Indian. So the words entered my mind and the blows entered my body. And that combination raised a lot of havoc for Gerry when it comes to education in the Euro-Canadian system. I was rejected in that system from a young child. The chut was in the air. I'm better than you, therefore I can hit you, and I can call you a stupid Indian. It resonated with me for years until I free myself, until I put it down chill, let it come to an end. I remember my healers telling me, oh, Gerry, you need to forgive those people. It's part of your healing. I said, no, why should I forgive them? They done no harm to me. They dehumanized themselves by pleasuring themselves with a little boy. So why should I forgive them? So I didn't do that, and I suffered again for a couple more years after my elders told me I need to forgive. And finally I done that, because I looked up the word again, forgive, and it means to let go. So I let go of the men that abused me in residential school, and I was free. Until that moment, I had nightmares and I'd see them in my dreams. And I remember I wanted to fight them and I couldn't even raise my fists. That was my nightmare. And I'd wake up and I'm afraid and I'm shaking and I'm depressed. And what I guess your mental health workers would say, I had anxiety, I had suicide ideation, I had these things happening with me. And maybe some of you'd even say that's complex. But it was serious for me. It's not good to wake up in the morning and visualize sticking a rifle in your mouth and pulling the trigger. Because I was there. So, this abnormal history that we've gone through as Indigenous people, the normal response is violence, addictions, and we got feeling of I don't want to live. Indigenous people in the healthiest state, they wish to be successful. They want to live. It doesn't matter what's happening, how cold it is, how rainy it gets. It doesn't matter if it rains for 40 days in Vancouver. I still want to live and I still want to participate in life and I want to be successful. And most importantly, I want to be kind. I had such beautiful, kind elders guiding me in my life when I was younger. Unconditional love. Unconditional. They were my healers. They were my teachers. So this work that we are called to do, and I want to thank all of you for answering the call, to help people that are pachosh, they're stuck. They don't feel welcome in their own land. They're confused. They have identity problems because they never hunted or fished, or sang or danced, freely. Like that saying, like nobody's watching. And just have that feeling go through your blood, and it's just like melting your bones. It feels so good. That's being free. I never wanted to dance when I was a teenager, our way. Then when I would, the elders would be happy. And it didn't matter if I was out of step or whatever, they're saying at least he's doing it. Because they could see it like a sunset disappearing. Our music and our language and our beliefs. because people believed in Chachut better than you, and your way doesn't mean a thing. That's what cultural relevancy is. It's for you to accept another person's, in Clackman, that means their way of life. And I know that's a big barrier. Because I have a hard time sometimes to accept European way of life. I don't understand it sometimes. I use that example, when I first heard a European descendant say, good luck to me, and they said, break your leg. Break the leg, and I'm saying, what? Oh, that means good luck.